All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our call with Arnold Ebiketie. As always, if you have a question, please raise your hand and I'll call on you. We'll start with Rich Scarcella.
Good morning, Arnold. Thanks for doing this.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. When you looked at the film from Saturday's game, were the issues with Illinois' running game a lack of execution, people being out of position? What exactly did you see?
Well, when we watched film after the game, obviously there's a lot of things that Illinois did well, and there's some things that we could have done better. So it's kind of goes on both sides, and there's a couple plays that we could have had back, but I think we got to give them credit. They did a great job, executed their game plan, and for us, it's just a matter of fixing some of the mistakes that we did in that game and kind of move forward with that.
Audrey Snyder.
Arnold, after watching watching film on Ohio State, what can you tell us about the Buckeyes offense? Where do you think they could present some challenges for you guys?
So far, we watched film, some of the main concept that they do, some of the run plays and passing concept. And now for us, it's just trying to get familiar with the offense. And obviously later on today, we have our first day of practice, just trying to get familiar with the offense and try to figure out a scheme that would be best in order for us to stop them.
Greg Pickle.
Arnold is a veteran guy on this team and a leader. He's played a lot of college football, obviously, elsewhere and here. What message do you have to give the guys going into practice this week as you get ready for Ohio State?
Well, we have a lot of football left in front of us, and last week didn't go our way. We're not going to put our head down. We're just going to keep fighting because we know what we're capable of doing in that locker room. So I'm pretty confident as we come to work today, tomorrow. We're just trying to do our best to win the day, take advantage of the opportunity we have in front of us. And I'm confident in those group of guys will be ready for Saturday to take on the Buckeyes.
Joe Giuliano.
Good morning, Arnold. How long did it take you guys to get over Saturday's game, knowing that you had so many chances to win in regulation and in overtime?
I mean, it's hard. It hurt knowing that we had a chance to win that game. It really hurts, and we can't just focus on the past, and we have to move forward because we have another opponent ahead. So right now, we're just trying to shift all of our focus into Ohio State. And despite the loss, we learn from it. And we're just trying to do our best to not make the same mistakes.
Donnie Collins.
Arnold, do you think what happened against the run on Saturday is indicative of an issue with the defense, or was it just something that Illinois was doing, with those 7-8 man fronts that were just hard to deal with?
I think a lot goes into it. I mean, we obviously made a couple mistakes on defense, and they had a good game plan on their end. So, I mean, if you look at it, there's a lot of things you can't pinpoint, and now we're just trying to correct those mistakes so we don't make the same mistake moving forward.
Justin Morgenstein.
Arnold, you guys have been able to overcome, a number of things as defense this year, whether it was losing Adisa before the season, PJ during the season, and, now with 2 straight losses, how do you take that being able to overcome adversity and going into a game, where maybe you're not expected to win, be able to, look past that and just rely on your guys?
Well, it's hard losing Adisa back in the summer, and now losing PJ and Mustafa, who's kind of one of the key pieces of that defense, but we have a next man up mentality, and I have all confidence in the guys that to step up and kind of fill that role. And I mean, looking forward, like I say, I have all confidence in those guys, and I have no doubt in my mind we're going to be able to get the job done.
Rich Scarcella.
From what you've seen so far, how would you compare the difference in the type of personnel and scheme that Ohio State has compared to Illinois?
I mean, what I've seen so far, I don't think Ohio State, because Illinois had a lot of. I'm not too sure about what those fronts are called, but they have extra O linemen up front, and so far what I've seen, we haven't seen Ohio State do kind of the same thing. But you never know; you have to be prepared for any type of situation. So, I mean, so far we haven't seen any of those, but we sure looking from our game this past weekend. We wouldn't be surprised they kind of adjust to that and bring some of those overload front into the game. So we're just trying to get prepared for any type of situation moving forward.
Joe Giuliano.
Arnold, obviously this will be the first time you'll be competing against Ohio State. It's safe to say, I guess, that they're the gold standard in the Big Ten. What is your sense of excitement playing them and playing them in their house before over 100,000?
It's the same excitement I have playing every opponent. I'm just trying to do my part. And as a team, we all trying to do our part to take it one day at a time and trying to prepare ourselves to the best of our ability for the game. And it should be a good game. And we going into practice trying to get ready. And I have no doubt in my mind that everything's going to go according to plan. And all we have to do is go out there and execute the game plan.
John Petishna.
Hey, Arnold, I'm just curious, over the last couple of days, going back to right after the game ended, what has Brent Pry's message been to this defense? And just how important is his presence to this defense, considering how long he's been at Penn State?
I think Coach Pry has always done a great job in terms of game planning, in terms of calling the defense. And as a leader of this defense, he does a pretty good job preparing us for every situation that happened out there. And the message still remains the same. As a defense, we have to be stingy. We have to make sure we play to our standard, which is playing fast, playing physical. And that remains the goal every single week.
Donnie Collins.
Arnold, what are some of the challenges that CJ Stroud presents this weekend?
They are a very good offense. They are a very good team. And on our hands, we're gonna try to do our part to stop them. The goal is always to stop the run and earn the right to pass rush. So I'm sure as long as we stick to our mindset, everything is gonna go well.
Mark Brennan.
Arnold, what have you seen from that Ohio State running game?
They are a physical group up front, and I believe we are a physical group up front. So it definitely should be a good matchup, and it will be a physical game.
End zoners.
Hey Arnold, I hope you're doing well, and thank you for your time this morning. How has this new system here at Penn State benefited you, and what aspects of your game would you say you have improved upon the most after this first half of the season?
I would say, this defense basically allowed me to play fast and physical. And in this defense, I basically learned so much from all those guys I lined up with out there every single weekend. So in terms of me personally, I would say my instinct, and Coach Pryor does such a good job calling the game plan so well that all I have to do out there and just go out there and execute, which make my job so much easier. So I would say that the team overall kind of helped me go out there and play fast.
Any other questions? Okay, well.